Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all the top 3 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for today. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of last night's after hours video. So right after the intro. Alright y'all, before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm as always on your way in. So let's get started. The market is looking pretty good. It's looking good. We broke through 4,200 as I told y'all earlier this week that we were going to. And so far it's up by 0.74%, which is a very, very good sign. 210 is like right there, so that price target is about to get hit. Could we go higher? I definitely think that we can. This is looking quite good. It's looking quite good for a continuation to like 42.20, maybe 42.25. We'll see how it goes. Again, keep in mind that as we're moving up like that, you shouldn't get too greedy. For those of y'all who held calls, remember to pay yourself. All right, it's very, very important. And as for the top 3 stocks for today, they may be very, very short term, meaning that it could be in the green and then you should be monitoring it to take some money off the table as it's moving up. Okay, so let's talk about those stocks real quick. The first one that we're going to be talking about in this video, that stock is NUE. All right. And NUE, I shared this one with y'all when it was at exactly 79, right? And the reason why I like this so much is because there is a very clean flag on the chart right over here, all right? And so far it's moving according to plan. It's moving the way it's supposed to move, and it's breaking out, right? It actually broke out yesterday and it wants to run a little bit higher. I think we could see $85 today. All right. Again, if the market keeps going higher, then we could see 87 and maybe even 90 within the next few days. All right. But that, as for this stock, I'm very, very bullish on this one. Therefore, keep it on your watch list for the next few hours to few days. The next one that we're going to be talking about in this video, there was like a lot of excitement about this stock. Is RBLX, Roadblocks. All right, and Roadblocks right now, it looks like it's kind of following the market. It's also dragging its feet. It's not performing as well as everything else. Like there have been some other stocks that have done pretty well, but this one is also doing kind of good, kind of decent. I want to share this one with y'all because, again, number one, it was a recent IPO and now it has some history. It's not falling below the $65 level. Dip buyers love the stock at 60s and they love the stock at 70s. And there's a neckline right here that wants to be broken in this region right over here, right there. All right, so keep this one on your watch list for a potential move up. Again, we want to see the market being bullish so that this one can move much, much, much faster and get into this box. All right, and then after that, it's all on you whether you want to be greedy or not. That's really all on you. So keep this one on your watches for a continuation to the upside. All right, now for the third stock that y'all should be keeping on your watch list for today, that stock is let me change this thing to the 5. That stock is Plug. All right, and the reason why I want to tell you guys about this one is because, number one, it's been beaten down for quite some time since the $75 level. All right, and it actually had this falling wedge which kind of broke out like a few days ago, and it's just consolidating here slowly, pissing off the longs who obviously bought this thing over here between like 27 and 29. And I think it's time. I think it's time for this thing to actually run. It's at $29.22 right now. It refused to collapse. Again, every time it gaps up, it immediately flushes out the gates, which I'm sure was very irritating for a lot of you who are watching this thing. But I think today is the day where it just runs. without interruption. All right, I think it is. I think it's sick of doing that. Though playing those games, it's gonna run. I think so. Keep this one in your watches for a potential move to 32, maybe even $34 within the next few days. Okay, so that's the third stock that y'all should be keeping in your watches for today. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. Again, y'all always have some wonderful questions for us here. So the first one that we're going to be covering is Neo. All right, we have to address Neo. And Neo right now, again, it did very, very well. Congratulations to anybody who were able to make money on it, right? We got right next to the middle of that and then it immediately collapsed, which I'm honestly not surprised. Earnings is around the corner. Earnings is actually today, the 29th at 7 p.m. So for all of you who are very excited about Neo, right? You are anxious to hear what these earnings are about. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're gonna go through it, do it at your own risk. Don't go in too heavy. All right. Again, you never know what can happen through these earnings. These earnings can be reckless, regardless of how good their numbers are. The stock can still tank. All right, the stock, we have seen some examples of that. I have shown y'all some examples of this thing. All right, today is Thursday. Now, could this thing make a wild move in either in to the upside? I think it could. There's a lot of room up here. Long term, there's a lot of room. If it doesn't and it goes nowhere, great. Then it could be a good buy. Again, this one would be much more attractive for long-term investors to like buy at around like the $39 to $40 level as it slowly moves out of that, how do I say this? Out of that halt in a way, and then just continue to climb up. So I'm watching this one. We'll see what happens. Don't gamble through earnings, people. Again, risking your money through earnings and being wrong is the fastest way to lose money. The same thing applies. The same thing applies to Amazon. All right, and we're going to address Amazon right now. Amazon has been doing quite well for quite some time. All right, for quite some time, and right now, again, it has earnings, and those contracts. I'm pretty sure y'all are very excited about it. I heard some rumors about a potential split happening with the stock. This is a very, very heavy stock. I don't know what the split is going to be, whether they're going to like slice it up into like one share will be equal to 5 shares or one share will be equal to 10 shares. Again, I don't know how they're going to do it, but if they're going to do it, again, we've seen what happens when there is announcement or rumors about a stock split, all right? And there is a lot of hype with this thing. But keep in mind, earnings is around the corner. We are at all-time highs at around here, 3,500. Those contracts are very, very, very expensive. Let's check out the 7, like this one right here. All right, so 7 grand, 6 grand, 5 grand, all the way here. So let's say if Amazon does not move at all, if Amazon actually tanks, this is not good. Like if Amazon doesn't move more than like 100 or 200 points to the upside, this is not good for long. It's like you will lose a lot of money. So gambling through earnings is not recommended. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. You're gonna do what you're gonna do regardless, all right? But I'm just telling you my opinions, and I'm telling you that I'm not participating in this thing. It's just I'm just not gonna do it. So do what you want to do with this one. The next one that we're going to be talking about in this video, that stock is OCGN. All right, and OCGN, I've actually featured this one this weekend. It announced public offering, like a very it's usually a dilutive play that tanks every stock. The stock dropped a bit, but it actually held up its gains. It's not collapsed into like $8 or to $6 like I actually wanted. Could this thing go higher? Honestly, I don't know. It all depends. I'm sure they got a product that needs some like type of like FDA approval or something, or they previously got one. That's why they got this little spike over here. A lot of people expect this thing to go all the way up to $17, maybe even 20 or even 25. How long is it gonna take to do so? I honestly don't know. If you're into here, again, the best case scenario, it stays in here for a while, and then later magical unicorn news pops up and then push the stock even higher. All right, I'm watching it too. It's very interesting that this stock did not collapse after they announced the price offering on their stock. But keep your eyes on this one for the future. All right, and yeah, let's do one more. The last one that we're gonna talk about is Lemonade. And Lemonade, again, for all of y'all who have been subscribing to the channel, I featured the stock right over here at 87, and then I told y'all to watch this thing for a move up to 100. It got to 100 twice, and somebody had been asking about an update for this one. You were supposed to actually get out right here, and then the stock was very, very generous enough to give you another chance to get out, and then after that it tanked. So where is it gonna go next? Honestly, I don't know. All I cared about was the move up to $100 and to get rid of it. Eventually, would I want to get back in? Yes. We'll see what happens next. All right, but as of right now, completely clueless of what's gonna happen next. That's my very honest opinion on the stock, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot, and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday to Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens, and a post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook as well. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I'll have some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get set up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with Webull. Use my very first link in the description below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video. Don't get too greedy on the way out. Enjoy the outro.